to another fantastic Minute Microscopy. I'm Eric Rosenblatt, and today I'd like to talk a little bit about zoning. Recently, several cities in Washington have been making plans to eliminate single-family zoning. And that's a good thing. It's a good first step, but I'd say we should eliminate zoning altogether. Whoa now! All right, before you burst a vein, hear me out. At its core, the stated intent of zoning is to plan the structure of a city or town so that each type of land use is segregated to its own area, distributing housing, business, and industry in the most efficient way. And really, that's also the core problem. There is no way to know the most efficient, best structure because things are always in a state of flux, always changing. And it's increasingly problematic the further into the future those plans go. Not only that, but the self-proclaimed central planners don't exactly have a track record of wisdom, foresight, and competent decision making. You'd almost think they're not working in our best interest, but instead for some wealthy and shadowy group of as if. Anyway, I hear a lot of people complaining about high housing prices. So why is that happening? Zoning? Well, there are a lot more factors, but zoning is a major contributor. It's a simple supply and demand thing. When housing construction is restricted to only select areas, and especially when the type of housing allowed is limited, well, it's likely there's not going to be enough supply to satisfy demand. And the outcome will inevitably be higher prices. And like a game of musical chairs, some are going to be left without housing entirely. So I propose we not only eliminate single-family zoning, but all zoning. Let builders build where demand exists. Let people live wherever they like. Let housing, business, and industry operate wherever it needs to. But my property values! First off, fuck your property values. No one is entitled to perpetual increases of prices on their, quote, investment, especially to the detriment of the greater society. But if that's what you're looking for, a white picket fence, your neighbor's well-groomed lawn, your beautiful wife slow-mo dancing through the freshly washed linens, and retiring early because your house doubled in value over 10 years, well, then either join or build your own HOA. You damn NIMBY. Now, I know there will be concerns voiced. The whataboutisms, such as what's to stop someone from setting up a junkyard and a nuclear power plant or a cattle ranch right next to my house? Well, nothing. But think about it. What kind of idiot would plop a factory right in the middle of a quiet suburban neighborhood? There'd be no freeways, three-phase power, rail service, or such infrastructure to support it. I mean, sure, it could probably happen, but if it did, it'd be rare. So from an ecological standpoint, mixed-use property makes a whole hell of a lot of sense. It used to be that people erected shops in front of their houses and apartments on top of businesses were not uncommon. So your commute would be seconds on foot rather than hours idling in a car. We need to change our mindset and bring that back because it was freaking awesome. How useful would it be to have a variety of stores, restaurants, and services within walking distance of your home? I would argue that would bring property prices up and not down. But as long as we defer to the central planners to decide for us, that's never going to happen. Housing will always get more expensive. Options will become more limited. We can't legislate to prop up the housing market while simultaneously bitching that rent is too damn high. those two principles are totally at odds with each other. At some point, we just need to take a lesson from Frozen and let it go.
Let it go, let it go.
Ugh. I cannot believe I just said that.